One of my clients just asked if we are ranking for a certain term and what it is that we need to do to potentially rank higher for that term. So the first thing is we find out if we're even showing up for that term. I can see we came up in 64th and 92nd position for that term. The term is Ceremonial Cacao Wholesale, or the other way around, Wholesale Ceremonial Cacao. In this case, the volume is quite low, 50 hits nationally, so doesn't look like it's a high demanding key term. So I strongly feel that we can actually pop up to the first page fairly quickly in this case. So the first thing that I did is I actually looked at our website, and it's without any scientific sort of ways of doing this. It's just a query you type into Google, where you just simply Google site semicolon and then your website space the key term that you are looking to find. And in this case, we didn't have any pages targeting that key term. So Google is really confused. It's not even clear to Google if that's a term that we desire to rank for. Now, naturally, because we do rank quite high for the main key term, which is ceremonial cacao, we are bouncing around. What you're seeing here, different pages on our website over the last 2 years being considered for this key term. But there was never any kind of optimization done to those pages to target those key terms. That was never on the radar for the client, from what I understand. So the first thing that I did, and I always do, is I open up Google and I check the top 10 results. Here they are. In this case, I'm using a tool to deconstruct the top 10, the top 20. And what this tool gives me data on is the elements that the top 20 are made up with. So I can see on average there are 595 paragraph words from position 1 to 11. Okay, so if we're going to make a page, common sense would be a H1 title, an SEO title, and a meta description, and a H2 title that has the desired key terms. So wholesale, ceremonial cacao, ceremonial cacao, wholesale. Common phrases that should be included, common words, popular words. In the FAQ section, now it hasn't come up with any questions, but if we're going to be putting an FAQ at the bottom, is generally what you want to do. These are the common terms used by the top 10. So no one's really targeting that key term. What I'm seeing here is these pages that are currently ranking for. In fact, in first position is a domain where the URL structure is ceremonial cacao wholesale inquiries. And we've got bulk cacao, organic Peruvian. So everything else is just a simple page not targeting the term wholesale. So I think that, here we go, there was a site there that was mine, and that was a really young site. Oh, it's already in the top 10. Love it. Anyway, that's hilarious. Yeah, so the next move is to make a dedicated page, add some keyword centric content onto it, add some images and maybe some offerings and pricing, or get in touch. And I think comfortably a domain like the one that we're running will jump into top 5 within a month or so. I usually say it's 6 to 7 months for movements, but in this case, from what I'm seeing, let's see if we click on this first result and we have a look at, let's have a look at the SEO juice. This particular page I can see was it went up in July 2023, I'd say, or it started to progress through the ranks. It doesn't have any backlinks pointed at it. It's just a page. We can probably outrank it pretty quickly. Overall site is not very powerful. A couple of backlinks. They're heading in the right direction, sitting on just under 300 organic visitors a month. So this would be the only site to overtake. I feel pretty confident we can do this within a few months of indexation. But this theory plays with any kind of key term. Let's say you want to move into a shoulder space, into a shoulder niche. You want to to show up for a certain key term. So obviously you want to, the first thing to do is to inspect if you are showing up for that key term, where you're showing up, what page Google is currently considering for that key term. Because what might happen is you might already have a page that is doing really well, so it's just a matter of sculpting it further. But generally speaking, if you don't have a page where the permalink, the H1, the H2, and all the content is aimed naturally at that key term, just go ahead and make it. So in other words, if you have a page sitting on page 2 of Google or 3 of Google, potentially consider adding to it, but make sure the permalink structure includes that key term. Don't be afraid to damage that page. That page will only get better unless it ranks for other key terms. So if you're going to be utilizing a page that is already somewhat ranking, make sure it doesn't rank first, second, or third, or bringing in valuable traffic for another key term. I hope that makes sense.